A warm greeting to everyone. Today is Tuesday, November 5, 2024. This is meteorologist Ruben Garcia, and in this video, I'll be discussing a low-pressure system associated with a trough located northeast of the Lesser Antilles, which has a low chance of cyclonic development as it moves southwest over the next few days. It's important for residents of the northern Lesser Antilles, Puerto Rico, northern Dominican Republic, and particularly the Turks and Caicos Islands and southern Bahamas to stay alert to the evolution of this disturbance, as it could become the next cyclone of the season. Briefly, I'd like to mention that in the Caribbean Sea, we have Tropical Storm Rafael, which is now moving away from Jamaica and heading toward the Cayman Islands tonight. During the afternoon on Wednesday, it will pass over western Cuba. If you want more details on what will soon be Hurricane Rafael, I invite you to stay tuned to my YouTube channel, as I will record an update later this afternoon. However, in this video, I'd like to focus on this area of bad weather, as it could develop over the next few days just north and northeast of Puerto Rico. At 2 p.m., the National Hurricane Center raised the probability of cyclonic development over the next 7 days to 30%. The possible development area extends from the Virgin Islands to the Bahamas, and if a tropical cyclone develops, it will likely pass just north of Puerto Rico and the Dominican Republic, though close enough to bring effects like heavy rain and windy conditions. In fact, we can't rule out the possibility of a tropical depression moving over the region. Let's look at the latest projections from the global models, starting with the American model, which is the most aggressive in showing cyclonic development. Early Thursday morning, it develops a tropical depression north of the Lesser Antilles and then moves southwest, passing very close to northern Puerto Rico as a tropical storm during the afternoon and evening on Thursday. Between Friday and Saturday, it then takes a west-northwest path, affecting the Turks and Caicos and parts of southern Bahamas, possibly as a weak tropical storm. In the longer term, by next week, it could approach southern Florida, though as a weakened system. The good news is that conditions don't appear favorable for significant strengthening. Also, note that the American model keeps it on a path north of the Greater Antilles, allowing it to become a tropical cyclone. However, if it moves over Puerto Rico, the Dominican Republic, and Haiti, interaction with land would make it difficult for a tropical depression to develop. This is precisely what the European model shows. A low-pressure system strengthening northeast of the Caribbean on Thursday morning but with a more southerly path over the Dominican Republic, Haiti and eastern Cuba, preventing the development of a tropical cyclone. On the other hand, the German model develops a tropical depression in about 6 to 7 days over the Turks and Caicos Islands. Additionally, the UK model shows a possible tropical depression crossing Puerto Rico and the Dominican Republic on Thursday night, which is why we need to stay alert in the northeastern Caribbean. Even so, development probabilities remain low at the moment, especially since only about 20 to 30% of the American model ensemble members show cyclonic development, aligning well with the National Hurricane Center's outlook. In contrast, few members of the European model develop a tropical cyclone, mainly because they project a path over land, which would make development difficult. Regardless of cyclonic development, by the end of this week, we can expect heavy rain impacting the northern Lesser Antilles and Puerto Rico. Here, we see the Doppler radar projection showing significant rainfall activity affecting the northeastern Caribbean on Thursday morning, and extending into Friday morning for Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands. Rain may affect the Dominican Republic between Thursday night and Friday and the Turks and Caicos Islands and southern Bahamas between Friday and Saturday. We should stay vigilant for the possibility of localized flooding over the next 3 days. In terms of rainfall accumulation, the American model projects that the northern Lesser Antilles, Puerto Rico, the Virgin Islands, and eastern Dominican Republic could receive between 75 to 125 millimeters of rain, equivalent to 3 to 5 inches. Once again, this rain will mostly impact the northern Lesser Antilles, Puerto Rico, and the Virgin Islands on Thursday, and the Dominican Republic between Thursday night and Friday. The European model generally agrees, projecting 3 to 4 inches of rain for the northern Lesser Antilles and Puerto Rico, depending on whether a tropical depression or storm develops and how close it passes to Puerto Rico's north coast. Some tropical storm-force wind gusts could affect the Virgin Islands, northern Puerto Rico, and northern Dominican Republic. In the latest projection from the American model, a tropical depression or storm passes very close to northern Puerto Rico and northeast of the Dominican Republic. We'll be keeping an eye on how this forecast evolves. For now, we anticipate a rain event between Thursday and Friday. Later tonight, I'll record another video to provide an updated forecast on the future Hurricane Rafael. So make sure to check if you're subscribed to my channel. Subscribe if you haven't, and don't forget to click the bell to receive notifications when I post new videos. For now, I'll say goodbye. Until the next video.